Out here in the country, Robin has the perfect place for rehabilitating some of our native birds. And from my point of view, it's a great spot for some R&R. It's feeding time, huh?
It is. We've got a long-tailed cuckoo that came up from Wanganui.
You wouldn't have had one of those before?
Yeah, I have had them.
Yeah.
I actually had one that came in one day, a lady found it.
Robin, why is this long-tailed cuckoo here?
Well, they're migratory. So basically they live our summer in here, and then in our winter they fly back up to the Solomon Islands, which at the moment is probably about 27 degrees. So it's a bit cold out here for him. So because he wasn't able to fly, he's missed his migration. So he's basically here over the winter, keeping warm. That's why the heat is on. We're trying to keep this room as warm as possible for him until he's ready to go in the summer. They're pretty sneaky little birds. They don't actually nest themselves. They'll go and lay their eggs in other birds' nests and basically leave the other birds to raise them.
But I mean, they even take it a little bit further than that. They, when the cuckoo chick hatches, it hatches before the chicks of the nest that its parents have invaded with the egg, and then he will actually hatch out of the egg, push all the other eggs over the side so that the cuckoo chick is the only chick left and the parents just come in and feed it as if it was one of their own. Yeah. It's incredible.
This is a harrier hawk that was hit by a car. It's only a young bird and had spinal damage. It's got back on its feet again now. It's still a bit weak on one side. You notice it hasn't got any tail feathers, and that's because it was falling back all the time and actually broke its tail feathers off. So it's basically now waiting until they grow back, and then we'll see how he's doing. And if he's unable to be released, he will go to Franklin Zoo.
Why is it that hawks get hit by cars so much?
A lot of them, when they feed on the carrion, which is your dead animals, your possums and things on the side of the road, they lock on with their feet on their talons, and their talons actually have a ligament that goes down the back of their leg, and so they can hook on and hold on without exerting any pressure. They can stay there for as long as they like. But the other thing is they also can't release quickly, so they get caught, and as the car comes past, it often just the rush of the car lifts them up underneath the car, and that's a big reason for it, is they just can't get away from what they're eating. And these guys are great. The hawks are always neat to release and watch them fly off, because they get up and they usually just do a big circle first to try and get their bearings of where they are, and so you get a really good look at them flying around, and then you'll just see them take off to where they know they've got to be. It can get quite emotional though.
It might surprise you to know that there are a huge range of native birds that can find their way into our backyards. Luckily, there are people like Robin whose patience and care gives some of these more unusual birds a second chance.